everyone and welcome to Whisky Wednesday. This week we're chatting about Talisker 18. Now there's not a lot to say about it other than it's an 18-year-old single malt from the Isle of Skye. It's 45.8% and it uses a combination of mainly bourbon barrels with a little bit of Oloroso sherry cask. It's becoming a bit more difficult to find. There's a rumour it's going to be discontinued. I found no clarity or factual evidence to back that up. If anyone else has, let me know below in the comments. Yeah, it's Talisker. It's made by the sea. They like to envelop the fact that their distillery is next to a coastline, so it's literally made next to the sea. And then when summertime comes, when the barrels expand, when they breathe in a little bit more of the oxygen around them and the air, they bring in some of that salty coastal style. And even though it's peated, I always describe Talisker as more salty, it's more savoury. It's not really a heavily peated style like a Lafroig or an Ardbeg. But let's tuck into the nose, we'll see what's going on. You get the typical salty seaweed thing. Hidden underneath that is like a good kind of rich element of really big flavours, so like honey, chocolate orange, maple syrup. I once heard someone once describe this as Canada in a glass because all they could smell is maple syrup and a bit of salt. And then there's some classic things like vanilla, raisins, sultana, what you expect bourbon and sherry casks to give you. Yeah, it's kind of like it's almost like Asian food. Sweet, spicy, salty, does a little bit of everything. It's one of the reasons Talisker is so loved around the world. Let's have a taste. Oh, that's different. So the palate's pretty easy. There's not a lot of salt, there's not a lot of smoke, there's nothing really. It's just very kind of gentle, it's very gliding, which is pretty unusual for an island or a West Coast island style whiskey. There's not much to talk about in terms of the palate. It's all about the finish. And it's this wonderful combination of peat smoke, salt, dark chocolate, a little bit of milk chocolate. Yeah, it's like someone's taken a big bar of dark chocolate, covered it in sea salt, and then there's always like terrace chocolate orange as well, kind of doing the rounds. Quite dessert-like for a Talisker. Certainly not its typical savoury counterpoint, what you expect with the 10, the Storm, the 57. Clean, fresh, a little bit different. Quite like that. It was one of the only sort of big distillery 18-year-olds I'd never tried, so I do have to say a thank you to Sean Howlett, who was the reserve brand ambassador for Diageo. He left me a tiny little bit in this after a tasting for this, so it was very nice of him, so thank you very much, Sean. All in all, I think I can give it a nice solid 8 out of 10. There's a few little surprises in it. There's nothing outrageous, but that is a great bottle of whiskey. I think if I bought that for myself or if someone bought that for me as a gift, I'd be thrilled. So yeah, nice and simple. Not much to say, it's just a great whiskey. Talisker 18, a good 8 out of 10. I've been Phil, this is the Whiskey Jar, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Cheers.